feeling? Shit, it's DeeDee.
CECE.
Pranks. Fitness Shutouts in the building, man. We got a good one for you guys. Today, man, we got the top 10 most famous haunted hotels. Most top 10 haunted hotels in the world in the United States of America. These are picked, I guess, by random people. And in this reaction, I have a story to tell about being in a hotel. I don't know if Wifey have one, but I have a story about being in a hotel and some shit that we figure out. So we're going to get that to you at the end. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get it directly into it. This one is the haunted hotels in America. Let's get it.
They're not visible with the naked eye, but some say their presence is real.
Hey everyone, I'm Rebecca and welcome to Watch Mojo. Today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 famous haunted hotels in the world.
There have been rumors of hauntings at the hotel. Some involve celebrities such as Montgomery Clift and Earl Flynn.
Today you can take a 1-hour tour of the museum. And if you're feeling courageous, you can rent a room for the night.
There's something to the air, so I'm hoping tonight we can get to the bottom of what's going on or what the big draw is to this place.
For this list, we're looking at the world's most famed and notorious haunted hotels. Have you ever stayed at any of these places? Did you experience anything spooky? Let us know in the comments. Alright, let's get to it. Number 10. Ballygally Castle Hotel, Northern Ireland. Located in Northern Ireland near the town of Larne, Ballygally Castle dates back to the early 17th century when it was built by a Scottish man named James Shaw. It eventually made its way into the hands of the Hastings Hotels Group and is now operating as a hotel. Ballygally Castle is said to house numerous ghosts, including Lady Isabel Shaw, the wife of the castle's builder James Shaw.
The story goes that Lady Shaw delivered a baby girl when Lord Shaw wanted a boy. He allegedly snatched the baby from his wife and locked her in a room at the top of the castle.
It's reported that James had locked Isabel in a room and maltreated her, eventually resulting in a fatal fall from her window. The hotel also houses a so-called ghost room, but this room is not available for overnight stays.
So proud of the reported ghost, the hotel owners have dedicated a room to her in one of the towers in the oldest part of the castle, where residents can pay a visit if they dare.
Number 9. The Château de Marçay, France. This hotel is located in Marseille, France, and is a gorgeous 15th century castle. The site contains an outdoor swimming pool, riding trails, and tennis courts, among other fancy amenities. The castle was converted into a hotel in the early 1970s, and it has since garnered a reputation as one of Europe's most haunted establishments. Legend has it that the Château de Marçay houses a woman dressed in a white burial shroud.
What's the matter?
The woman was reportedly a werewolf who had been accidentally shot by a farmer while in her wolf state. The farmer hastily buried the woman, and her spirit refuses to move on, haunting the halls of the Château de Marçay. Number 8. The Lord Milner Hotel, South Africa. The Lord Milner Hotel is located on the edge of South Africa's Karoo Desert, in the small village of Mitjiesfontein.
The Lord Milner still features original furniture and antiques, all of which add to the ambiance and the age-old traditions of the establishment.
The village was founded in the late 19th century by a Scottish railwayman named James Logan, who in 1899 built what is now the Lord Milner Hotel to serve as a military hospital for the South African War. The hotel is said to house 2 playful ghosts, those of Lucy and Kate. Lucy is said to float through the hotel's hallways, and Kate is the ghost of a nurse who haunts the hotel's turret room. Visitors have reportedly witnessed the turret room's doors banging repeatedly, and one of the housekeepers allegedly saw Kate as a full-bodied apparition wearing her old-fashioned nurse's uniform. Number 7. The Sorrento Hotel.
But the hotels.
Apparition wearing her old-fashioned nurse's uniform. Number 7. The Sorrento Hotel, the United States. Located in the First Hill neighborhood of Seattle, the Sorrento Hotel opened in 1909, coinciding with the historic Alaska-Yukon Pacific Exposition. It underwent extensive renovations in the 1980s and was designated a Seattle landmark in 2010. The hotel is said to house the ghost of famed Parisian avant-garde personality Alice B. Toklas, the partner of author Gertrude Stein. Guests have reported flickering lights throughout the hotel, and drinks in the hotel bar are known for falling and moving around on their own. Some guests even claim to have seen Toklas herself, dressed in either a white or black burial shroud. Number 6. The Taj Mahal Palace.
They have a hotel in New Orleans. It's called the Holiday Inn now, but if you go on Holiday Inn downtown on Canal Street, it was a hotel that happened. I don't recall what year it happened, but I wasn't born, I don't think. And when it happened, they had a guy who was a Black Panther leader. He was a black militant leader. He went around and killed a lot of police officers. One of the bloodiest days in New Orleans history. The police shot a unarmed black kid in, I think it was in Alabama, or maybe it was in Louisiana, and it started a whole bunch of protests. And nothing happened to the police officers. They didn't get arrested. It was white officers. They didn't get arrested. Nothing happened to them. The black guy at the time went around and killed a lot of police officers that day. He took the hotel over. He killed staff members. He was only intentionally there to kill police officers. That's what he wanted. That was his mission. And before they killed him, he went to the top of the building. You can search it up. He went to the top of the building, and they had a lot of people out there, a lot of police officers there. And he took out, I think he took out a total of 30 or maybe 50. I think it was 50 or 30 police officers. He killed a lot. And that hotel we stayed in one year, and you can actually hear ghosts from the people who died in there. You can actually hear the ghosts murmur, make noise in your sleep. I remember we went there in 2003, I think it was, Lee. 2003 or 2002. We went there for a football game thing, and we had to stay over there because we was going out of town. And in the hotel, I can remember we had took our equipment and stuff and put it over here on the counter that they had tables and stuff at. And when we woke up the next day, all our equipment was by the front door. I don't know who did it. We still, to this day, people who went to that hotel that day with us still don't know how it happened. Stuff was moved and shifted around in the hotel. They had a snack bar where you can go down there and get your food because you can eat there. They serve food. The lights will flicker off and on when you're sitting in the dining room. So if you've ever been to the Holiday Inn on Canal Street, across the street from the City Hall, it's right across the street. That's where the massacre took place. Let me know, have you experienced that at that hotel, and put it in the comments.
I would have ran out of there.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's New Orleans. New Orleans is very haunted. We have a lot of ghosts. A lot of slaves died in New Orleans because New Orleans was the passageway to slavery because of the West Mississippi border line is where the slaves came into. The Frenchmen, when the French came down to the French quarters, is very haunted. The whole Bourbon Street is that's why people come to our city, because they like to come there for the roots, for the food, and for the voodoo type shit and all that shit too. So it's a lot of shit that wrap around with it. But yeah, let's get it.
Hotel, India. Despite its name, Mumbai's Taj Mahal Palace Hotel is nowhere near the actual Taj Mahal. That's about 650 miles away in the city of Agra. The hotel opened in 1903, becoming the first hotel in India to feature amenities like electricity and Turkish baths. It quickly became a popular destination for the European elite. The hotel is said to be haunted by the ghost of English engineer W.A. Chambers, who completed the hotel after taking over from the original Indian architects. Chambers is said to have taken his own life inside the Taj Mahal Palace, and his spirit allegedly stalks its halls in a threatening manner. Number 5. The Dalhousie Castle Hotel and Aqueous Spa, Scotland. This Scottish castle is situated roughly 10 miles south of Edinburgh in the town of Bonnyrigg. It originally served as a seat for Clan Ramsay, and while the castle itself dates back to the 13th century, it received extensive renovations in the 1600s. It's said that Edward Longshanks stayed at the castle before the Battle of Falkirk, and it has served as a hotel since 1972. The castle purportedly houses the ghost of the Grey Lady, the spooky name for Lady Catherine.
I do not answer to that name.
Legend has it that a Ramsay wife discovered her husband engaging in an affair with the young Lady Catherine, and had her imprisoned inside the castle. Number 4. The 1886 Crescent Hotel and Spa, United States. Arkansas's Crescent Hotel began its life in 1886 as a popular destination for the social elite, and was eventually taken over by notable fraud Norman G. Baker, who claimed to have discovered the cure for cancer. Baker used the hotel as a cancer hospital in the late 1930s, healing its inhabitants with the area's natural spring water.
Right here is the miracle cure. So every morning,
cure for cancer.
Every morning, you would get a little of this elixir, and it'd be part of your cure here at the Baker Cancer Hospital.
The hotel is said to house a portal to the other side, and ghost tour guests are known to collapse around the site. This portal is located directly above the morgue. The hotel is also said to house the ghosts of Michael, a stonemason who died during the hotel's construction, Brecky, a 4-year-old boy, Theodora, who haunts room 419, and numerous others.
I immediately asked Grant to rewind the tape so I could see what we had caught on the thermal imaging camera. And upon him rewinding it, I could see a figure. I could see a figure standing right there in the door next to us. Oh, jeez.
Number 3. The Fairmont Banff Springs, Canada. The beautiful Banff National Park in Alberta, Canada, houses the historic Fairmont Banff Springs, formerly the Banff Springs Hotel, which began its life as a railway hotel in the late 1880s.
I mean, it is absolutely beautiful. So many people have come through here. So many events have taken place here at the Fairmont Banff Springs. And of course, there are a lot of stories. So
it's now a National Historic Site of Canada. The hotel apparently houses numerous resident ghosts, including a helpful bellhop named Sam the Bellman, and a tragic bride who died in the hotel on her wedding day. It's said that she dances alone in the hotel's ballroom.
Well, many of us weren't here in the 1930s, so as far as we know, it happened, but as myths go, it could be legend, it could be real, but seeing is believing, and we have had a number of sightings here at the hotel.
The hotel is also said to contain a secret room known as Room 873, which was bricked up and camouflaged within the hallway after a family was killed inside its walls. Some guests have reportedly witnessed ghostly apparitions outside the secret room.
If you speak to anybody that's been here for a long time, chances are they have a story themselves or have heard one from somebody they know.
Number 2.
I have struggled with stubborn blackheads since I was a teenager. I thought it was something I was just going to have to live with for the rest of my life.
I was struggling with uneven skin tone, dark.
Number 2. The Mermaid Inn, England. Located in the ancient English town of Rye, the Mermaid Inn dates back to the mid-12th century, with the original cellars from 1156 surviving to this day. Much of the existing hotel was built in the 16th century during extensive renovations.
There's so much history at the Mermaid Inn that it's little wonder the building is so haunted, with nearly every bedroom having its own ghost story.
The inn has housed many notable guests, including Catholic priests fleeing the Reformation and notorious smugglers the Hawkhurst Gang. The gang supposedly continues to control the inn, with various members haunting its hallways.
It's like as if they had everyone frightened.
Creeped out guests and employees have reported full-bodied apparitions, unexplained light anomalies, freezing cold rooms, and even a moving rocking chair that disturbed the guests so badly, it was eventually removed from the hotel.
I spoke to an elderly lady and a child. That says here.
Spooked yet? Well, we've got what is arguably the most famous haunted hotel in the world coming up after these honorable mentions. But if you want a clue, I'll give it to you. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. The Langham Hotel, London, England. Grand Hotel dating back to 1865, houses unexplainable phenomena. Parador de Jaén, Spain, haunted by the ghosts of a crying woman and a prisoner. The Russell Hotel, The Rocks, Australia. A ghostly sailor is said to haunt room 8. Hotel Maison de Hobito, Mexico. Reports of horses clopping and old miners looking for gold. Toftaholm Herrgård, Sweden. A heartbroken ghost haunts the hotel. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Stanley Hotel, USA. In Estes Park, Colorado, is the world-renowned Stanley Hotel. The Stanley has gained great infamy throughout the years, not only as a haunted location, but also as the inspiration for the Overlook Hotel in Stephen King's The Shining.
Here's Johnny!
The hotel's founder, Freeland Oscar Stanley, is said to be a permanent resident of the hotel, as is his wife Flora, who can supposedly be heard playing the piano. Other resident ghosts include a young boy named Billy and various cats and dogs who've been buried in the hotel's pet cemetery.
I always think of the hotel as this is the place where the spirits come to party. And then the history, since it's so old, the building holds energy like smoke in the walls.
Finally, guests reportedly hear the ghostly echoes of children playing in the hallways. Perhaps an inspiration for those creepy Shining twins.
Hello, Daddy. Come and play with us.
Is it weird that I want to stay in more than one of these? Anyway, let us know.
I think that's, go ahead.
That's your red one.
Yeah, that's the movie Shining, called Shining. But I think it's off a little bit. I don't think the person who did this research took in effect some of the major hotels. I'm kind of slighted a little bit because I'm from Louisiana. Because Louisiana has very horrible hotels that's haunted. And we wasn't on this list at all. They say world. I think the world should have put Louisiana on it. We should have been in there because, like the hotel I just said that I stayed in, the Holiday Inn, 50-something people died in that hotel. And you can clearly go there and you can hear their voices, you can hear screams, you can hear that, in the hallway. The house that I grew up in, Uptown, my grandmother passed away in that house. You can literally see certain things that was not unexplained, that my grandmother would move. She had a pet peeve. She didn't like socks nowhere. She would move your socks. If your socks was on the floor, she would put it up. And you would wake up in the morning like, damn, I knew my socks was on the floor. And then they would be gone. Like, she didn't like towels hanging everywhere. So she would put towels up. Like, it wasn't explained. And, so it's a lot of things, a lot of places in New Orleans, Louisiana that could have been on this list. What y'all think, man? What y'all think? Because I know there's places in y'all towns around the world that y'all probably been like, nah, that could have been on the list. I'm kind of slighted. I'm kind of slighted that Louisiana wasn't on that, but I'm glad my house that we live in wasn't on that. And if you do want to go live in one of these hotels or go stay in one of these hotels, man, let us put in the comments and let us know if you ever been to one of those hotels. Put in the comments. Other than that, man, make sure you like,
subscribe,
comment, make sure to post notification, and hit the bell. Let us know what you want us to get in these PV, DeeDee,
CC.
pranks, reactions.